Minute. My name's Nahanni Bourne, and we're at the Harodi Museum today, and I'm very excited to have one of my special guests with us, Brendan Main. Hi, Brendan. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right, Nahanni.
Are you doing okay?
I'm doing all right.
Excellent. Now, first off, I need to congratulate you.
Oh.
You were nominated for
The Emerging Talent, the Culture Midland Awards. That's
the Culture
right.
Midland Awards. I saw you at the event. It was great. Were you excited?
Oh, it was wonderful. And you know, it's the great thing about that award ceremony is that there's a ton of different people coming from Midland, and you would think that everyone knows everyone, but actually there was a real wide array of people sort of showing up. So there were donors and patrons. There were people who just enjoyed to participate in various artistic and cultural events in Midland. There are people who work really hard as organizers to put things together like that. They brought in the Mayor of Stratford to sort of speak about the cultural policy that they had, and the awards were given by heads of cultural departments in the area, Marion beyond. And not everyone doesn't know everyone, so it was actually a wonderful opportunity for us all just start to get together and talk and meet each other. I
think one of the greatest parts of that actually is just people understanding that it takes so many people to make culture happen.
Yeah.
It takes you, like you said, it takes your organizer, it takes your performers, it takes your writers. So many people go into making culture happen in our community. I think we had a great representation of that.
Oh yeah, and it's sort of this incredible collaborative effort. My wife, in going there, she was like, I think I'm gonna get to see Sweet Fire.
And she was excited.
Yeah, she was excited for seeing Sweet Fire. Is an all-girl rock group, pop folk group from the area, summer 13, summer 12. And when my wife was I was talking to Colleen, and I said, hey, you know, I'm going to this event, and she's like, I think Sweet Fire was nominated. I think I'm gonna go see those 12 and 13-year-old girls.
I know, it's very exciting.
And, it was sort of, and that was who she was starstruck by. She was like, these are the real Midland celebrities, right? And this is what we're coming up for. But all their stuff's on YouTube, so she's been YouTubing every day.
Oh, exciting! Yeah. Now you know. Speaking of being starstruck, you are the playwright for Mr. Everything.
That's right, I am.
You are, and I did go see Mr. Everything last weekend with my daughter, and I'm like, that's Brendan Main. He wrote this. He's the playwright. My daughter was a little excited to say, I know somebody. My mom knows somebody. Now I know somebody who was behind this. She was really excited. Now, Mr. Everything, you've done Mr. Everything. Mr. Everything's still playing this weekend.
Yes, that's right. So we have a show tonight and a show tomorrow. It wraps tomorrow. So there's two more shows.
And it was it was fantastic. I loved it. If you didn't get a chance to see it, it's too bad. I hope it exists somewhere in perpetuity.
Well, when it goes on Broadway, they can catch it.
Okay, they can catch it when they go on Broadway. But you're not stopping there. You're working on you've been working on something else for quite some time with your sister, Bethany.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Because theater's in the family, apparently.
Theater is in, that's us. I mean, I couldn't do it without Bethany. And I mean, you can write and write, but as you say, it's this collaborative effort, right? Yeah. I cut my teeth writing plays for Bethany. I was a drama teacher at Benedict Secondary School, PSS. And this year is PSS's final show because PSS is closing.
Yeah.
So the question is, what do you want to do? Bethany came to me and she said, well, I want to do something very specific. I want to do something local. I want to do something that's uplifting and funny. And I want to do something that ends in a big party that the audience gets invited to party with the cast.
Good, okay.
And so she said, I'm having
That's a tall order.
Well, the thing is that's hard to do if it's like, I'm going to find this, and does it exist? And the answer is no. But then, so the solution was, well, we'll write the show.
And make it happen.
We'll make it happen. And it's happening. It's
it's pantomime.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, people hear pantomime, and we were talking about this earlier,
right.
And they expect a guy in black suit with white gloves,
trapped in a box,
losing his change on the floor, being very upset about that. But that's not, it's not that, is it?
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not. Panto is a very old style of theater, but the benefit of Panto is that it's theater. It's a type of theater that is written for time and place it's being put on. So these shows exist kind of once. It's a very broad, silly comedy. Traditionally they were done around Christmas. and usually they were done with well-known stories. So you know who's a good guy, you know who's a bad guy. Usually you have people who are just going to come out and warm the audience up. So there's almost stand-up in Panto. You have people coming in talking to the audience. You want the audience to yell out things. You want catchphrases. You want a lot of silly stuff. So so often it's done for children, but with the knowledge that adults are seeing it too.
Yeah.
So, and that can take the form of all sorts of types of things. That can take the form of risky jokes. That can take the form of a lot of inhumor. That can take the form of sort of like a subplot that's for the adults, while that's sort of the silly stuff. So I mean, something like Shrek is very much in keeping with that Panto tradition. In some major ways, there are the types of things that are going on, and they're sort of like, oh, okay, fairy tale stuff, but it's kind of modern.
Yeah.
Some of it's fantastical, but also some of it's very mundane.
Yeah.
So they have lives. So there are all these sort of traditions about in Panto. So there's a lot of cross-dress. We have the lead is a voyageur. And I mean, the way that we do voyageurs is we cast girls as the voyageurs, and we cast guys as the feeder Roy back home, and
yeah.
And so it's all about just kind of putting on a costume and being silly and putting on a show.
Now the show is called Loup-Garou.
Yeah, Loup-Garou.
Okay, now it is History Minute, so we only have a minute to get this out. But
All right.
My one question to you, is Loup-Garou a real person?
There may have been a Loup-Garou.
There may have been a Loup-Garou.
It was originally The Witch Canoe, and then it was Loup-Garou and The Witch Canoe, and we were going to do werewolf jokes because the story of Loup-Garou is a story of just a French-Canadian story of what you might describe as a werewolf today. And then somebody said, well, you know, Garou is a local name. So we do a lot of local stuff. We do a lot of pen and tank stuff.
I'm just wondering if some people are going to show up and, hey, maybe they mean me.
Where's Lou?
Who's Lou? Who's this Lou guy?
I was told that Lou was
going to be here.
Was going to be here. And, that's all we're here. We're just here to support Lou. No, there's no specific Loup-Garou, but the whole thing is these guys get a magic canoe. They're trying to get home to see their girlfriends or their dads because they think that if they're not there, they're going to find other guys in Quebec City and become betrothed. Loup-Garou doesn't have a girlfriend, but he lies to all the guys and says that he does. And we're like, we gotta get you home. We gotta see your girlfriend.
Okay.
We gotta see her. So he's worried about that. And he makes a deal with the devil. And this is actually, there's a lot of French Canadian folk stories where just the devil shows up, and unusual in a number of ways because he's, for one thing, the devil is in some of these stories, if not outright benevolent, ambivalent, and secondly, he doesn't always get his comeuppance. Like usually when you sort of like, oh, the devil shows up, it's sort of like, oh, he represents ultimate evil and must be defied, you know. But in just all these sort of French Canadian folktales where the devil shows up and he's like, look, I'll do this deal and I might get your soul and I might not. And there's a lot of stories where it's sort of like, and they tricked the devil and they never paid him and they never gave him their soul and the devil came by the other, you know, and was looking for it and they said, no, we don't know what you're talking about. And he stamped his feet and he disappeared in the puff of smoke. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of that. So like the devil at the dance has sort of this devil sort of coming and courting this girl who parents wanted her to settle down and she doesn't want to. And so he comes dressed in finery and so often he's defied. So I don't know what it is about the particular French Canadian culture that has the devil being so often repelled and defeated. But it's kind of like, the kind of devil that is in these stories, it's if he doesn't like it, he can sit on attack, you know?
Yeah.
It's very, very, like, I think that ESS show, Bethany has him wearing a leather jacket. So that's how you know he's bad. He's like,
he's identifiable at 70s TV was the guy in the leather jacket. He was the bad guy.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't date him.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't date him. He runs with the bad boys. Oh, okay, so December 3rd is the show.
Yeah, so there are 3 shows: the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th. On the 3rd there is the show is at 7:30, I believe. The next night is a dinner theater, so you can go for
I know
6.
that the kids at the school actually put together the dinner.
Yeah, and it's always incredible. They make these wonderful tarts. They make this kind of wonderful dessert.
Yeah.
And you go, you sit down, you have a wonderful meal made by.
Now tickets are available for the public, though, right?
Yes, yes. All of this. These are the public shows because they're also going to be showing this show to some elementary schools in the area and so on.
Okay, good.
But December 3, 4, and 5 are open to the public. And
how do the people get tickets? Because I kind of need to see Lugeru and the Witch Canoe.
It's going to be a really good time.
I bet so.
Really good time. If this is wrong, we can correct it and get on the website properly. But I believe it's pssplayers.com. If you go to pssplayers.com, you should learn about the show, and and you can buy tickets right from there. Or I believe you should be able to buy tickets at the door. If I am wrong, I will have Bethany correct me, and
she'll correct him, all right.
That's right. So the wonderful thing about the show is that it's there's I don't want to say
enough
about it.
They know enough.
They know enough.
They know enough, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna see it. I want to see the giant moose.
The giant moose.
And I'm gonna try and figure out who Lugeru is because I swear to God it's based on somebody. Anyway, that's all the time we have for History Minute. Thanks for joining me, Brendan. That was a good time.
This is a pleasure, Nahanni.
Yeah, thanks a lot. And we'll see you next time on History Minute. Well, that's all the time we have for History Minute today. If you'd like to visit us and learn more about your local history, we are open 5 days a week throughout the winter months and 7 days a week throughout the summer. Come and join us here at Grody Museum.